Hi, I'm Sarah Thomas.
And I'm Jacob Melonis, and we are tied for your 2015 Valedictorian.
It's incredible when you realize that high school is already and finally over. We've had a truly amazing experience, and there are so many people to thank for helping us get to this moment. We'd like to thank our teachers, the school faculty, our friends, and of course, our families. Thanks, Mom. You all have had a profound impact on our lives, and we're sure we wouldn't be here without you. Everything we've ever learned came from you. Everything we've ever completed is because you taught us how. With all the words in the world, we can't thank you enough.
Thinking back over our 4 years in high school, so much comes to mind. Countless assemblies and sports games, plays and performances, school dances and spirit weeks, and, of course, lots and lots of time spent learning everything from pottery to trigonometry. But in between these lectures, in the painful moments, in the happy moments, and in the stressful moments, we learned how to live. In the nature of reminiscing on these last 4 years, we made a list of the top 6 things we learned while in high school. And sorry, math department, the Pythagorean theorem did not make the list.
Lesson 1 is to handle freedom carefully. The word do and do might not actually be the same thing. What I mean by that is that my homework might be due tomorrow, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to do it. Now, doing it the hour before or during the class in which it's due, that's a different story. As a senior, you get really good at last-minute time management. At many points during the year, I'm sure for many of us this is true, my math class, sorry Verbski, became my Spanish homework class, and my Spanish class became my lit reading class. Integrated learning, right? This isn't all bad. Sometimes the Wi-Fi goes out 2 minutes before your essay is due. But we've learned to be flexible and prepared in these moments. With college and life, there comes a lot of freedom, and we're not going to be perfect. But spending your time in the right places, on the right things, will make life healthier, happier, and a heck of a lot easier.
Number 2, be careful who you go out with. This one comes from personal experience. The issue arises when you date and then break up with someone who you happen to be tied for valedictorian with. I have seen Spanish soap operas with less drama than my senior year of high school. I'm serious, it was essentially Cold War Part 2. Mutually assured destruction was a realistic fear. But in the end, it worked out. No one was seriously injured, and we realized in the midst of our personal disputes that we would be required to work together. So there's an ironic lesson in this experience. Lesson number 2 is to always remember to treat other people with respect.
I've never run with the bulls, although I have dated Jacob. But I have walked through the hallways during passing period, which I think is considerably scarier, even than dating Jacob. By now, we've all learned the method to the madness. It's called human shielding. you find the tallest, toughest looking kid, like Trevor Rex. Follow them and hope they're going to the same place as you. Either that, or grab your friend by the backpack and push them forcefully through the crowd against their will. Also, I'm pretty sure they should create an extra driving class called Exiting Highlands Ranch Parking Lots at 252. I had one of the oldest, least valuable cars in the parking lot. In fact, it was the car I was brought home in as a newborn, and it's still 5 years older than me. This was an advantage to me because I could get so close to people that they'd think I'd hit them, and then they'd have to let me win because they knew they had more to lose than I did. If anything, these parking lot, hallway situations have taught us confidence. Fight fairly, but fight for what you want. Don't ever let anyone tell you you can't get to where you want to be. Lesson 3 is that it's up to you and no one else to navigate your future.
Number 4, life and everything in it is a choice. This is every personal trainer and coach's favorite line. You can do one more push-up. Do you want to get better? It's your choice. Meanwhile, you've already done so many push-ups that your arms have given up, fallen off, and are now lying somewhere in the grass. One practice comes to mind where my coach generously offered to let us run 5 extra suicides. Being a group of, so we thought, mentally sane individuals, no one initially ran. Except for our classmate, Scott Vidal. Love you, Scott. Scott ran those suicides because he understands and taught us in that moment 2 lessons. First off, we, not Scott, were the insane ones because we thought we would get better without working for it. Secondly, he taught us that little choices pay off in big consequences in the future. If you choose to put in the effort today, you'll see the results tomorrow.
Lesson 5 is one that I personally struggled with. One of my favorite quotes goes like this: "Love and hurry are fundamentally incompatible. Love always takes time, and time is the one thing hurried people don't have." I've come to discover that investing in other people and yourself is just as important as work. Think about when you were struggling. Who are the people that got you through high school? That person who was practically the reason you passed math? Or that friend who gave you a high five when both of you failed a test and made you feel a little bit better? Make sure to thank these people. Remember that relying on others doesn't make you weak, but actually stronger, and be there for others just as they are for you. Jill Bolt Taylor once said, "Peacefulness should be the place we begin, rather than the place we try to achieve." So put your hope in your future, but also leave some for today. Spend your time doing the work you love, but don't forget that spending time with friends or reflecting can be just as valuable.
Number 6, you can do more than you think you can. Have you ever been in a situation where the negative voice in your head stopped you from achieving? Over spring break, I was skiing with a friend who is an excellent skier, but the voice in his head was far too critical, and it told him he wasn't capable. At one point, I went over a jump, but he stopped and yelled down, "I could never do that." But I knew he could. And so I told him, sometimes you have to trust yourself. Just point your skis and go. It's really good our moms aren't on the mountain for some of these moments. After a few seconds of hesitation, he shifted his inner voice, took the leap, and landed it fine. Although he did scream like a little girl. Lesson number 6 is perhaps the most important of all. Trust yourself. You are far more capable than you think. And if that voice in your head ever tells you otherwise, seek out the people who believe in you and listen to them. And so, to our fellow classmates of 2015, we challenge you not only to believe in yourself, but to be the person who believes in others. Help others to trust themselves, to simply point their skis and go.